What's up YouTube, it's Vaping Monkey, and today I'm going to be re-wicking and refilling my RTA that I just got in the mail a couple days prior. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you up close, do an unboxing, break it down, then I'm going to re-wick it, build it back up, refill it on camera, and then vape on it and show you guys what I think of it. I hope that this is helpful for you guys, and let's get to it. Okay, so we have the Silver Play. This is exactly what it looked like when I unboxed it. Got your instructions. You could pause it right there if you want. Okay. Fill screw, a load of extra rings, some deck screws, I just washed it, so if you see any water on it, that's from that quick rinse I gave it. Alright, let's break it down. Pyrex glass, got a little O-ring in there for the glass, as well as in the bottom. Got the chimney. Already got a build in there. 2-part chimney, like K-Funds. You have the adjustable airflow on the bottom. Set it to 1, and 1 on each side is open. And if you turn it to the second hole, 2, 3, 4 holes. The bottom says Project Sub OHM and MXCI fill screw, 99% copper screw. Says Silver Play on there. The air control ring comes off. See those 4 huge air holes. Alright, I'm going to throw it together and we're going to wick her up and fill her up. Okay, now this is what I have left of a Japanese cotton pad. I'll leave a link in the description where I got mine. But what I'm going to do is just cut a slither right there. Something like that. And then what I do is I take the juice that I'm vaping. I'm going to use AV. Take a very little bit. Then use the side of the dripper to wipe it in. Then I flip the cotton over. Do the same thing. Just a little bit. Just enough to get it damp. You don't have to go crazy. Do is you hold the two pieces together and you just roll the corners. Just gently, and keeping the two pieces together and intact. Meet the middle. There you go. You have a nice little straw looking piece of Japanese cotton, slightly moist from the e-juice. What you do is you take your scissors and you find the center and snip the center. The length in which I'm using to wick this is the length of a corner of Japanese cotton. So just snipping off any sidewall of a square piece of Japanese cotton will be perfect for two pieces. What you do is roll it up, and this is a 3 diameter wrap of 28 gauge, ohming out at 0.83, but a 3 diameter, this will fit right on in. Okay, do the other side. And I've found that this Japanese cotton, doing it this way, I don't get any leaks whatsoever. And there's a nice perfect fit. Okay. Now all I do is I find the corner. See that juice well? Right above the juice canal, there's that wider well. That's where you want to snip your cotton off and leave a little bit in there. So you do, you could take your scissor head or flathead screwdriver and you push it in the corner. Make sure you leave a little bit up on the top of the deck, a little fluff up here outside the coils, and you're going to push in the corners where that big wide juice well is. Leave an indentation, let you know where to cut. Do it on every side. Okay, have all my corners marked. Now I'm going to flip them up and cut them. Okay. Now I have all my corners cut. What I'm going to do is add just a little bit of juice to the cotton because it makes it easier to set into those canals. Now I don't need to trim any cotton to make sure it'll fit or nothing. The amount that I cut in the very beginning is a perfect amount for this. Okay. Use my tweezers. I'm going to hold it with my finger while I do the other side. Push and hold it. Looks good to me. Make sure you keep it off the outer threads so that the top cap will go on, or the chimney cap will go on. Sorry about that. Okay. Other side. Okay, hold it with your finger. Push it in there. Okay. Alright, and that's what you should have. Japanese cotton wicked RTA. We have it all wicked. We're going to put the chimney on. I like to always turn it counterclockwise a little bit just to get the threads on right before I go clockwise and tighten her up. Make sure you're threading it correctly. You don't want to mess those threads up. Screwed right on. Okay. That went actually really nice and smooth. I'm glad. Doesn't always go that smooth. Usually have to finagle it just a bit. Okay, top. Drop the body on. Threads down. Pyrex glass, make sure your washer's in before you put your Pyrex in. It's in. Glass. Washer's in. Top. When you tighten down the top cap on this tank, be careful not to over tighten, because then you'll tighten into your chamber and the threads of your chamber will get stuck on your top cap, and when you loosen it, you'll actually loosen your chamber and then all your juice will flood. So make sure you just do a slight hand tight. Doesn't need to be crazy. The washers will do the job. Alright, now we're going to fill her up on FaceTime and vape on it. Okay guys, now I'm going to fill this on camera. I just figured take it to FaceTime and do this part, and I'm hoping it goes well. Take the bottom screw out that I showed you when I unboxed it. Put that off to the side. I like to, when I fill this tank and I'm filling it all the way full for the first time after a build, I like to do it like over a trash can or somewhere that you don't mind getting e-juice all over. So I'm going to be doing this over a trash can that you can't see, in case it does decide to drip. Because no matter how well you build, you can never be overconfident. Always be ready for something to go wrong. Okay. That's the only downfall to this tank, really, is you don't know when it's full. You basically just fill it until it emerges from the top hole. Then you take your dripper and put it back in the hole and suck what you can off the top of the hole after it's been filled. Then you got to cap it off, throw it on your mod, whatever you're vaping with, and you got to cook like 5-6 vapes out of it. So if you're vaping a high nic and you're just filling this for the first time, you're going to get a hell of a nicotine buzz. Unless you just let it drip out, which isn't good, so. Alright. Sometimes I swear this thing seems like it holds more juice than they say, but. Alright. I'm doing like full squeezes from this dropper. Alright. I think we're full. Suck off the top. Throw that back in. Take your screw, place it back on top of your fill hole ever so lightly. Take your screwdriver, put it in your screw. Always go counterclockwise, at least one full rotation, to make sure that you guide your screw to the proper threading before going clockwise and tightening, so that way you can protect your screw and the threads. Tighten it down. Right. No leaks so far. I don't want to speak too soon. Alright. Since I kept the same coils in, I'm going to keep it at the same wattage. Primer puffs, what you'll do is, what I would recommend to do is turn to the 2-hole option, and all you do is you hold your 2 holes and take an ever so slight puff in, and you'll see the air bubbles. I have 4 air holes open. Hold on. Just to ensure that your bubbles should come up. Just to make sure that you're getting juice to the coil. There's always like a weird taste from the Japanese cotton, like the first couple of puffs. Like American cotton has that weird taste, you know, that priming phase to the cotton. Japanese has the same thing. So far no leaking. Knock on wood. It hits so nice, it's ridiculous. And you can close off the holes if you want to do like a real tight draw. Regardless, it's built for wide open lungers. You could still close it off, just like a Mutation X V2 or V3. You know, you could just do ever so slightly for those higher res builds. So that's what makes this tank really awesome. And its compatibility with other RTAs. What was it, something like 95% compatible with other RTAs? That's amazing. Very impressive. I can't wait to see what they come out with in the near future. In the next 4 months, what's to come? Whew. Hell yeah. Alright, well, I hope this was somewhat informative to those of you that were checking it out. This was just a breakdown and a re-wick and a refill, and this RTA kicks ass, and so do you guys. Like, subscribe, and comment. This is Vaping Monkey. Till next time, keep your cotton wet.